Chicken here, back with another Brawl Stars video. In today's video, guys, what we're going to be doing is going over each and every brawler, and the Chicken's going to be predicting what the balance changes are going to be. So, everyone knows by now the community roundtable is coming out where they're going to discuss the balance change update that is going to be coming this September. So, for all I know, it could drop tomorrow, guys. I'm not sure exactly. They did say that it was going to be by the end of this week. Tomorrow is Friday, so wouldn't be surprising. So some of you guys may already know what the balance changes are. So the Chicken could look pretty silly here, but I think it's going to be fun. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So first we'll talk about Shelly. I feel like Shelly is just kind of like the optimal balance in the game. If they change anything, I think it would be to her super and probably not her. And if they do end up nerfing Shelly, my guess would be, or my hope would be, that it takes her a little bit longer to grind up that super. Maybe leave her, maybe that's the exchange that she gets to stay as strong as she is, but you need a few more shots to be able to get that super off, because it's one of, if not the best super in the game right now. Next up is Nita, and I feel like for Nita, she's pretty good where she's at right now. Her super is it's okay. It kind of depends on, it's kind of more map and game mode specific, but I feel like they're not going to make any changes to Nita. She's in a pretty good spot right now. She's not too strong, she's not too weak. Next up is going to be Colt. Colt, I kind of feel is going to be the same as Nita. I don't think anything major is going to come there. The same with Bull, and I think Jessie could definitely use a buff. That's actually the first time I clicked on the Jessie since I've got the star power unlocked, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't think anything's going to happen to Bull. I feel like he's probably in a pretty good spot right now. Jessie's probably... Jessie could use a buff, in my opinion. She could do a little bit more damage, considering how long it takes her to actually... to charge up her shots, and how hard it is to hit people with her shots, because they're just single shots. And, she's got the range to make up for that as well, but... yeah, Brock I feel is pretty good right where he is. Dynamite's probably going to get... Well, Dynamite did just get nerfed, so he's probably not going to get nerfed again. But Dynamite, in my opinion, is still very, very strong right now. Next up is Bo. So that's star power going off. It's throwing the Chicken off. The Circling Eagle. I don't know, man. Bo's good at what he's good at, and he's not good at what he's not good at. Like, he's not the greatest gem grab player, but for the... what's that map with all the grass on it? Snake Prairie or something like that. Whatever that's called, you know what I'm talking about. Where, because he can see through all the grass when he does have his star power. He's very, very good in those game modes as opposed to gem grab and showdown and stuff. He's not typically used as much there. But I think, for what he is, like, he works very well at what he works well at, and he's not very good at what he's not very good at. So I feel like for those reasons, he's kind of ends up being balanced in the middle. Alright, so there's Bo. Primo could use a buff, in my opinion. Maybe not to his health, maybe not to his attack, but maybe to his super. Maybe he can charge up that super a little bit faster, because it does seem to take him quite a long time compared to some of the other brawlers. Barley. Now let's talk about Barley, guys. So... Barley could probably use a bit of a buff. I feel like there's no real reason to use Barley over Dynamite right now, just because of the amount of damage that that Dynamite does. Poco did just get nerfed again, so he's probably not going to be touched. Ricochet badly needs a buff, in my opinion. Ricochet was one of my favorite brawlers when the game initially came out. Holy jeez. And he's just been, I wasn't really covering the game when he did get nerfed. I remember I came back to it a couple months after, so I didn't see specifically what got done to him, but his range got reduced, his whole shot mechanics changed, and he just became unusable, in my opinion. He was just very, very bad. So, I'd like to see him go back to the way he was, but that's probably not going to happen. So, I don't know what they could really do there. Maybe make his damage a little bit higher, maybe increase his health a little bit, maybe, I don't really know what the answer is, but I don't like how Ricochet plays now, guys, after his most recent nerf. Daryl, one of the strongest brawlers in the game as well. But I mean, for what he is, I feel like if you nerfed him, Daryl's one of those guys where it's like, if you nerf him too much, he just becomes useless, and if you give him a little bit of buff, he just becomes extremely overpowered just because of the type of brawler he is, being a tank with the shotgun effect. Penny could probably use a bit of a buff. I don't really play Penny too much, so I'm not going to really say too much on that. But, I mean, she could probably do a little bit more damage just because, you know, it's harder. She's kind of like that mid-range sniper similar to Jessie, where she's not like a long-range like Brock or Piper, where she's doing a lot of damage. So maybe you can make up a little bit more damage, maybe take the health away a little bit, something like that. Piper's pretty good, I think, right where she's at. I think she's pretty solid right there, guys. I'm not going to touch that one. Pam's pretty common. Pam is one of the most used brawlers in the game from what I've seen, at least around my trophy level. There's usually always somebody running a Pam, whether we're playing Heist or Gem Grab. There's usually Pam. You don't go too many games without seeing one of the Pams. And I feel like she's pretty good for where she's at. Her health is good. Her attack, you know, when she first came out, again, it's the kind of the trend of Supercell when they bring in new characters to a game, whether that be Brawl Stars, Clash Royale, Boom Beach, Clash of Clans. They always make them way overpowered at the beginning, and or they usually do anyways, and Pam was unbelievable when she just got out of the gates, because I remember I maxed her out right away, and I literally couldn't lose. She was just doing so much damage, so they've kind of brought her back down to earth a little bit, and I feel like she's in a pretty good spot. I feel like she's in a pretty good spot right now, so my prediction on Pam is that she's not going to be touched. Frank's probably going to get nerfed. Frank's probably going to get nerfed. They buffed him in the last update, and I think he's clearly been way too strong. Man, I really don't want them to touch Frank, though, because I've been playing him a lot, and I really have a lot of fun playing him just the way he is. But I think the easiest way to nerf Frank, say that 10 times fast, the easiest way to nerf Frank is to simply reduce his attack reload, because it is very, very fast right now, and I guess the reason for that is it kind of takes him a long time to swing, but I don't know. I would, if I was going to nerf Frank, I think that's where I would look to first, but you guys let me know down below in the comments. Mortis, I almost never play Mortis, guys. You know, he's good at what he's good at. He counters the throwers. He's the best in the game at that. I feel like Mortis is a high skill cap player. There's some people are amazing with him. Some people are, you know, the first time player that uses him, usually not very good. He usually takes a little bit harder to learn, but once you do learn him, he is pretty good. And I think for that reason, I would just leave him as is. Tara, very, very strong right now, guys. But I think she's still somewhat balanced. She doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, and her health kind of reflects that she doesn't have a ton of hit points. So I would probably leave Tara where she is. Spike, he's a legendary. He's good. Leave him good. Crow could probably use a bit of a damage buff, or maybe increase his poison ticker time, because I don't see a lot of Crows. I see a lot more Spikes than I do Crows. So, in summary, guys, if I was gonna nerf Shelly, I'd nerf the super. I wouldn't touch Nita. I don't think they're gonna touch Nita, Colt, or Jessie. We could see something happen to Bull might get nerfed, in my opinion. Brock, I feel like, is pretty solid. Same with Dynamite and Bo. Primo, I'd like to see a bit of a buff to his super. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't like how strong Primo is. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to wrap it up for our predictions. Now let's go ahead and get into a showdown, and let's use Primo, just because that was probably the most controversial one that we said here. That we wanted him to be able to work up his super a little bit faster. Now we'll see if that actually does make any sense here. So let's go like this. Okay, there we go. Now you see I got a lot of shots there. I actually did take down the Daryl, and I've hit Poco a few times. We still don't have that super, so I think what the chicken said makes sense. My thumb's all dusty for some reason, so I'm slipping all over the place. We got 2 Pocos. Run, Primo! Punch him! There we go. There it is, guys. There it is. Alright. So we're farming up supers left and right. That is how we do it here. There we go. Boom. Maybe Primo's good where he is, guys. Okay, we got 7 power-ups. We got 4 brawlers left. We got a Shelly right here. Shelly's gotta get nerfed. Shelly 100% has to get nerfed. That shock is way too strong. But guys, thanks so much for watching. That's gonna wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to let me know down below in those comments, guys, what you want to see out of these balance changes, what you think is going to come, what you hope to see come. Let me know all that down below in the comments, guys. Thank you again so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up with the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. I'll see you next one, guys. Checking out.